Census.Crediton is a town and civil parish in the Mid Devon district of Devon in England. It stands on the A377 Exeter to Barnstaple road at the junction with the A377 road to Tiverton, about 7 miles northwest of Exeter. It has a population of 6,837, increasing to 7,835 at the 2011 census. Crediton has 2 electoral wards. The combined population of these wards at the 2011 census was 7,600. The town is situated in the narrow vale of the River Credy, between 2 steep hills, and is divided into 2 parts, the East or Old Town and the West or New Town. History. The first indication of settlement at Crediton is the knowledge that Winfrith of St. Boniface was born here in c. 672. He propagated Christianity in the Frankish Empire during the 8th century and is the patron saint of both Germany and the Netherlands. In 909 a see was established here with Eadwulf as the first bishop. 9 more bishops ruled here until 1050, when Leofric obtained papal permission from Pope Leo IX to transfer the seat to Exeter, a more culturally aware, larger and walled town. Since 1897 Crediton has been the seat of a suffragan bishopric in the Diocese of Exeter. From 2004 until 2012 this has been Robert Evans, and since 2012 it has been Nick McKinnell. At the Domesday Survey much of the land was still uncultivated, but its prosperity increased, and in 1269 each of the 12 prebends of the Collegiate Church had a house and farmland within the parish. The bishops, to whom the manor belonged until the Reformation, had difficulty in enforcing the warren and other rights. In 1351 Bishop Grandison obtained an exemplification of judgments of 1282 declaring that he had pleas of Withenham, view of frank pledge, the gallows and assize of bread and ale. 2 years later there was a serious riot against the increase of copyhold. The jury of the borough are mentioned in 1275, and Crediton returned 2 members to Parliament during the reign of Edward I, in 1306–07, though it was never afterwards represented again. A borough seal dated 1469 is extant, but the corporation is not mentioned in the grant made by Edward VI of the church to 12 principal inhabitants. The borough and manor were granted by Elizabeth I to William Killigrew in 1595, but there is no indication of town organisation then or in 1630, and in the 18th century Crediton was governed by commissioners. The wool trade was established by 1249, and the manufacture and trading of woolen cloth, especially serge, peaked in the 16th century when the town reached the height of its prosperity. In 1630 the market for kerseys was mentioned in conjunction with a saying as fine as curtain spinning. The woolen textile trade declined after the mid-18th century. During the English Civil War the Earl of Essex passed through the town on the 20th of July 1644 on his way towards Cornwall, and evidently left the town and surrounding countryside in some disarray. He was closely followed by Charles I, who arrived in the town on the 27th of July to review the army gathered there by his nephew, Prince Maurice, before returning to Exeter for a council of war. The following Sunday, the king spent the night at Crediton and then began his expedition of Essex catching. In late 1645 and early 1646 the town was used as a base by Thomas Fairfax and the New Model Army, from where they marched on the Royalist forces, gathering in North Devon, and to where they returned on the 29th of March 1646 after success both at the Battle of Torrington and in overturning the siege of Plymouth. On Sunday the 14th of August 1743, a great fire started, completely destroying High Street and buildings in the West Town. At that period of time it was the second largest fire in the country, second only to the Great Fire of London. 16 people lost their lives, with over 2,000 made homeless and 450 houses destroyed. Other large fires occurred in 1766, 1769 and 1772. The town is twinned with Avranches, France. Geography. Climate. Crediton has an oceanic climate. Economy. In the early 20th century, shoemaking, tanning, agricultural trade, tin plating and the manufacture of confectionery and cider had superseded the former large woolen and serge industries. The creamery and dairy in Crediton has always been located next to the church, but to enable its product to be distributed further, the company ran a transport depot that was located in the goods yard of the railway station. Every day, a train of 3 or more milk tank wagons would be filled from lorries, and then taken to London by either the Great Western Railway or the Southern Railway. Express Dairies sold the creamery and a similar unit in Kirkcudbright, Scotland in July 2002 to Milk Link, which both by that time produced UHT milk. Today, the town has 2 industrial parks at Lord's Meadow and Fordton, a dairy and a small collection of units at Westwood Business Park. It is the centre for shopping and business for the surrounding area, and has industries such as graphics and pharmaceuticals. Bristow's of Devon, founded in 1932, was one of the town's main employers but was closed in 2011 after owner New McCowans went into administration. The factory, on Lord's Meadow Industrial Estate, was reopened by Crediton Confectionery, which has taken over the Bristow's brand. In 2001 the Crediton area was given priority status with regard to the government's Market and Coastal Towns initiative, following the outbreak of foot-and-mouth disease. By 2006, of 45 projects in the plan, 18 had been completed, resolved, or begun. Pubs include the Crediton Inn on Mill Street, the General Sir Edvers Bullock, the Three Little Pigs, the Ship, the White Swan on High Street, the Plymouth Inn on Dean Street and the Mitre on High Street. Sport and leisure. Crediton has a non-league football club, Crediton United FC, who play at the Lord's Meadow Sports Centre. Crediton has a running club, Crediton Running Network, which meets at the Lord's Meadow Leisure Centre. Transport. The town is easily accessed from various roads, including the A377. Crediton railway station was designed by Zimbard Kingdom Brunel, was opened by the Exeter and Crediton Railway on the 12th of May 1851. The line to Barnstaple was then opened by the North Devon Railway on the 1st of August 1854. After the 1st of November 1865, additional London and South Western Railway trains ran through the station going towards Oakhampton. It is the currently junction of the Tarker and Dartmoor lines, though the 2 lines run parallel until Colford Junction. Crediton is served by all trains on the Barnstaple to Exmouth service. They connect with mainline services at Exeter St David's. The Exeter to Plymouth Railway of the LSWR needs to be reopened to connect Cornwall and Plymouth to the section of line from Oakhampton via Crediton and Exeter with the rest of the UK railway system on an all-weather basis. There are proposals to reopen the line from Tavistock to Bare Alston for a through service to Plymouth. On the night of the 4th of February 2014, amid high winds and extremely rough seas, part of the sea wall at Dawlish was breached, washing away around 40 meters of the wall and the ballast under the railway immediately behind. The line was closed. Network Rail began repair work and the line reopened on the 4th of April 2014. in the wake of widespread disruption caused by damage to the mainline track at Dawlish by coastal storms in February 2014. Network Rail are considering reopening the Tavistock to Okehampton and Exeter section of the line as an alternative to the coastal route. The nearest airport is at Exeter International. Education. Queen Elizabeth's Grammar School, founded by Edward VI and refounded by Elizabeth I, is today a state-run, part boarding school, and an academy, named for Queen Elizabeth I, which gets good GCSE in A-level results. There are two primary schools, Haywards Primary School and Lanscore Primary School. Nearby in the village of the same name is Sandford School and 10 other partner primaries. Landmarks. The Anglican Crediton parish church, formerly collegiate, is a perpendicular building with early English and other early portions, and a central tower. Southeast of the town, on a ridge overlooking the river, is the country house Downs, built about 1692 and remodeled in the 18th century. It was the birthplace of Sir Edvers Bulliff, whose family were lords of the manor of Crediton. The northwest side of the town had a great wall built in 1276, and it is still partly remaining today, although now it looks no different from a normal garden wall.